Welcome back, friends. My name is Rebel Thunder, and I'm about to invade your house with another epic gameplay. This is the Callisto protocol. We're continuing. We pretty much just waited. We're on our way to the Habitat Dome. So you know what that means. About to cross the waste processing plant. And, honestly, I don't know how Elias gets there. You know, that's something that's not quite explained in the story. But we have to go through this scary chasm of awfulness. At least we have supplies we can bring along for the ride. Because, supplies are necessary. Never leave home without it, kids. I know one thing, though. The more we have, the better. It's usually how it goes. I will say, we're pretty loaded out, our kit. We have, oh, I thought I had a thing to sell. One of those energy converters, because you know you could certainly make a quick buck off those, but apparently I don't. Now, let me continue. These are the windy stairs of stairness going down into the waste processing facility. Now, in the last episode, I was going all over how I love this game. I do. I believe Glenn Schofield took big part in making this game. I don't believe he was the creative director like in Dead Space. But he's still, you know when Glenn Schofield does something, he does it big. Now, gotta clear my throat. So, water processing. You know what's about to come is awful. You can tell. This is pretty much like the sewers, the septic. Nothing but bad stuff all around. So, but at least there's not a whole lot of enemies. Well, I gotta say, I wish there was a few. Because my trigger finger's getting itchy. I want to bash, boosh, bash. Just have a few of the biophage. I wonder what you actually would call them, like as a noun. Because biophage is like a virus. It's not a descriptive word, no, sir. It's got to be a noun. Biophage. Biophages? No, biophage would be the virus. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But I do know where there's a grip battery up here. I was making a recording earlier, and the camera was like all the way over here, so it didn't quite come out right. I had to remake it, but it's cool. It just means I get to play this game just a little bit more today. But stay tuned, because I'm going to be playing Resident Evil Village after this, so you don't want to miss out on that. What I do know, though, energy converter. That's what I was saying. Yes, there's one here. That one's pristine, though. Might as well drop this one, because that one over there is worth just a little bit more. I gotta say, it is nice. No lie. Or maybe I should have dropped. Because I don't quite need the battery packs, but let me see. Can I get it now from here? I like me some nice upgrades. I think we all do. Wait. Okay. So. Now, oh, wrong button. No wonder I couldn't get it. Yeah. That's cool, but I can think of one thing that's even cooler. We're gonna take that. Here we go. Yes. Oh, I can also reload. I didn't realize I had to reload. I thought my gun was all, up on all the ammunition I can carry. But I was mistaken. However, caution. Yes, caution is to be advised, because we're about to jump in the big pool of sludge, not big pool sludge. And, ladies and gentlemen, those who played the Callisto protocol kind of have an idea what we're getting ourselves into. Those who don't, I recommend you cover your nose. Yes, you heard it here first, folks. It's about to happen. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. And dude, just to be sure, I got it all over my suit. Holy crap. Yes, gotta make the coffee coughs, cause, oh my lord. Ah, dude, I got sludge on me. Here. Crap. This dude got me by surprise, because I played this once before. I wasn't expecting him to be here, Because I don't recall. Ah, dude, I tried to kick him. I thought he was down. But no. We gotta do a little bit more baseball batting. That's the thing. He doesn't even use this as a stun rod. He pretty much just swings it like it was a baseball bat. But I don't complain none. I think the melee, dude, every time you bash, it's like whoosh. and the camera just shakes. It's crazy. I love it. But let's continue. Now, as I progress, dude, no less is the architecture. Every corner in this game is just a phenomenal piece of art. Every part. I was mentioning some of that in the last video. I was actually going a little bit crazy because, dude, I love this game so much. I have not played, and I think we're about to come across a new monster. Yes. The cutscene. Dude, this guy actually disappears. Yes, he goes invisible. You heard it here first, folks. It's about to be kind of spooky. Here we go. Oh no. Yes, and you can just hear the dude. You cannot see where he goes. I don't know where the hell he is. I'm a little afraid myself. But nothing stands in the way of Jacob and victory. This guy, he's the baddest dude since Isaac Clarke. So, let's see. Whatever waits ahead. Oh no. This is, dude, this color green. I gotta say, developers, you guys knew exactly what you were doing, creating this color. There's something about the color green that's just so very eye-catching. I think subconsciously we tend to correlate it with toxicity. I don't know why, because it's just usually things that are toxic, it could be any color, but for some reason the brain just correlates it with disgust. When the only actual green things in nature are trees. Oh no. There's a holograph of Elias, but here's the thing. This whole area, my god, dude, these developers, you guys are boss. I don't know who was the guys who created Callisto Protocol. Beginning to end, it's a marvelous masterpiece. Anybody dare say scary, because I think that's a word well mentioned. However, did we pick up anything? I think not. Oh, our inventory's full. Another, can I drop something? Because I like me them upgrades. I don't want to drop bullets. Wait, when did I use... Oh, yeah. I'm gonna drop these, because I can think of... I'd rather be purchasing upgrades with... Ah, craps. I picked up the wrong thing. Oh, no. Let's set it back down. You stay there. Hopefully this time we pick up... Oh, dude, am I gonna pick up everything but that? I'm not trying to be silly, guys, and, like, pick up the wrong thing. Camera's in my face. You could probably tell. It's, like, right here. So, I can't see where the button prompt lands, but I'm pretty sure I got it this time. Yeah. Now, you know there's gonna be some of those... These are, like, spider, invisible, big-face monsters. I think that's the proper scientific way that you could describe them. You know, I couldn't think of a better way. Holy crap. There's, I'm no stranger to these guys. Come on. Is that all you got? I'm Jacob Lee. I eat biophage for breakfast. Yeah. Execution style. I wish that they would have added more executions in this game. There is actually a great deal of them. They don't happen very often. If they did, dude, I would be sold. Completely. Said best game ever. It's just, I know I'm kind of giving it a lot of credit, but it does deserve a lot of credit. This game is phenomenal. I don't know when the idea came from the Callisto Protocol. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, I will be the first to admit, before this there was a game, I believe it was Gravity Atmosphere or Zero Atmosphere, yes. I wanted to say Zero Gravity, but that wouldn't be exactly right. Negative Atmosphere. And I remember seeing that game was in development. I think the people wanted to make a game like Dead Space. And in that time and age, I think it was mostly, you know, kind of like Subnautica, where these guys had like a development kit and they wanted to show it off. They wanted to show what it could be so that they can raise money, fund it. When the Callisto Protocol came out for the very first time, I thought it was Negative Atmosphere. How wrong was I? I don't even know when this game came out, because usually there was a lot of marketing for a lot of these games. I don't ever see... Excuse me. I get the burps. I don't ever recall seeing a whole lot of marketing for the Callisto Protocol. I think I saw one video, And I was immediately sold. I was like, damn, this looks sick. And right I was, because the developers, I think they wanted to recreate what Dead Space originally brought back in the day. It brought that incredible feeling of just horror, disgust, blood, aliens, and just awesome guns. However, this game doesn't actually have guns. That's where the path diverges from Callisto Protocol and Dead Space. Primarily in this game, it's a lot of melee. But dude, I love the impact. Anytime you swing, it's like, BAM! It's just so awesome. And not to mention the biophage. Towards the end, here's something new. And I haven't played the new Dead Space, the 2023 remake, so I can't say I'm exactly sure. But the biophage, oh crap. I completely forgot about these monsters. I was so excited about telling the details. You get back here! You not run away! Oh crap, they're gonna be all over the place now. I swear, had I not have this big bright light, and I'm not making all this commentary, I'd be spooked out. 100% I'd be spooked out, because this game is quite scary. It mixes beautiful with scary, at times, and it's just a phenomenal feeling. But I was saying, yes, I haven't played the new Dead Space. You cut that out. I haven't played the new Dead Space. And I don't know if enemies quite mutate. Oh no. But I know in this game, certainly, like, towards the end, when you start taking off limbs and stuff, they'll start growing tentacles. It's not very different from the original concept from one of the games on this channel, Resident Evil 4. But they tried something way before the technology allowed them. But man, they mastered it. And for a game that primitive, from, I think, 2004 or maybe 2005, they created something that was way beyond its time. However, I don't think Dead Space ever quite had mutating enemies. And correct me if I'm wrong, chat. It's your job and your responsibility. But in this game, yes, enemies mutate. Especially towards the end, you get so many different types of mutations. You get like the sharp hand claws, like in Dead Space. And you also get tentacles. So this game is no stranger to just body horror, gore, mutations, whatever you will, dear viewer. You must go buy this game. I say, it is one of the best games I have played in a long, long time. And I don't know where I'm supposed to go now. Oh, wait. I'm kind of just doing the loop-de-loop now. I'm lost track of what I was doing. I saw the enemy close by, and I was thinking, Bruno. Wait, I don't remember no Bruno. Unless I gotta keep my eyes more peeled. There's apparently some Bruno running around the place. I'm honestly glad that I'm getting to play this game once again because, yes, dude, this game has so much replayability. I think towards the end too, you get like you get like a new game plus, where you can take all the weapons you earned previously and start the game with it. And I don't know if the upgrades are reset. I don't think so. But no, this game has so much replayability. Dude, and for a handful of seconds, I completely forgot to take a look at the atmosphere once again. I have the bad tendency of doing that. In the past, I've gone ahead and I say, dude, this atmosphere, this game, was created with heart and soul. Every part of this game is a work of art. Every single room, every single enemy, the executions are off the Richter scale. But this is no stranger to that. Dude, I'm blown away. I cannot believe. Sometimes what my eyes see is just incredible. But we have to continue. I'd stare at this for like an hour if I could, but I don't have an hour. I'd gotta go meet up with Elias, because we have to make it... Wait, do I meet up with him after I get to the Habitat Dome? I can't say I remember, but... You know, I'm gonna go play this game with the lights off, maybe soon. I have another separate save file, and dude, this game with the lights off, it is rad. It is crazy. It is a disgustingly good time. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. However, I I'm actually wearing my voice thin. This is like the 4th video of today, and I'm running out of voice. I might try and do one more recording, Resident Evil Village. And dude, I've been having a lot of fun playing that too. Bold statement, Resident Evil Village is the coolest game. Well, Resident Evil 5. Yes, the upgrade system is a bit crappy, but dude, it is a souped up version of Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4, however, takes the cake, because it was ahead of its time. However, Resident Evil Village is like the complete evolution of what Resident Evil 4 was back in the day. I cannot think of a better game, ladies and gentlemen. But dude, this is original artwork. This is what they call love of the craft. This is, something special. When you really want to design something, not because it makes money, or not because it does this, it does that. When you really want to design something, because the way I see things is, it's not so much about creating it for other people. I want to create it for myself, because nobody else has created it. Yet, I want it to exist. It doesn't exist. I was starting a story some time ago. I've never quite finished it, but someday I will. About Resident Evil. When I played 3, the remake, with Nemesis and, oh my god, big juicy, beefy Carlos. And dude, those who know what I'm talking about will agree. But, the thing here is, that game inspired me so much. Okay, so now we get 2 paths. Which one should I go? I'm gonna try and go this way, because I have a feeling that's gonna take me towards a checkpoint that I can't go back. I started writing this story because that night I felt something truly spectacular from playing the game, being Resident Evil 3. And I wanted to encapsulate to the audience just what I felt. And maybe someday I will share my story. It is special, guys. When you hear it, it's like a movie that plays inside your head. And you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's far from being done, because I want to make at least a 10-hour story. Everything from the Raccoon City incident, the Spencer Mansion, the Spencer Memorial Hospital, the nuke at the end. I want to involve Mr. X. I don't know if I should involve Nemesis, because that might be a little too much. But I also want to involve Hunk and the squad, the Biohazard Counter Division. So it's going to be of epic proportions. And believe me when I say, dear viewer, you're going to want to stay tuned, because that is going to be a truly incredible story. It's a work in progress, and one day I will release it. I'm gonna do the best possible thing I can with like voicing and sound and music, because I don't just want it to be a story. No, I want it to be an experience. And then again, going back to the Callisto protocol and these games just being incredible, I guess the grand point I want to make with this is nobody else has created it, so it doesn't exist. But I want it to exist. And I think that's Glenn Schofield, when, during an interview, he said, I wanted to create a game exactly as I saw it in my head. And he says something along those words, and I recall, now looking back at it, it kind of does make sense. Because it's your creation. It's something you made. But it has your signature touch. It has, you sat down and you said, this product is special because I made it. Yes. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, the bigger the project, the harder it is to make. It takes more money. It takes more people on the development team. It takes a lot. Especially when making a video game. And nowadays, a AAA title action game, dude, you're talking maybe $50 to $100 million to make one of these. I know that sounds insane, but it's not the furthest thing from the truth, if that's not absolutely right. It's kind of similar with like the big budget movies. It costs like $100 million. I was getting tongue-tied to make a movie, because development teams, they tend to be huge. Wait, what? I kind of just went in a big circle. What did I just do? That wasn't supposed to happen. But, as a matter of fact, actually, ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of running out of time for this episode. We'll be continuing this in the next one. for pronto, I gotta give my goodbyes. Ah, dude. But there's gotta be some, you know... Man, I just did the big loop-de-loop, and I didn't make a whole lot of progress. I don't even know which way I'm supposed to be going. Haha. This kind of stinks. Wait, no. Maybe this way? Well, I'm just gonna have to figure that out in the next episode. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.